The Fugo Halaran Invitational Tournament Season 2 is kicking off. This is a match play style tournament with the US versus the world, fighting for the Classic Cup. There's going to be big money prizes, and we're going to be going live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. We're going to be covering the selection and registration process, and then talking about the registration deadline for qualified players. We'll go over how we're going to select alternates for players that were invited but are not going to participate. And then finally, we're going to go over the tournament format and rules and prizes for winning. Myself and Karma, the owners of the Classic League, will be going over all the details with Fugo Halaran, the creator of the tournament. So let's get in there and get started. Hey, what's up, you guys? We are trying to join Fugo on the Eiffel Tower, but it doesn't have the lobby set for enough people. So, I don't know. Let's see here. We'll let him know. But welcome, everybody. We've got Lean Into It in here. Cam's made it. This is very exciting. We are in Season 2 of the FHIT. Let me know if you guys can hear me. You should be able to. Room is set too small. Hopefully they are aware. We'll keep trying here. Nope. Still full. Hang on. room is full. There we go.
Sorry,
All
y'all. I must have fucked up the room. I'll come back here in just a second. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, 2 of 2. Let's leave the room. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice.
That's weird.
Small technical difficulties there. I'm glad that's the only thing that went wrong, because I'm telling you, setting up a stream for something like this is a whole lot of technical stuff. So that is fine if that is the only thing that happened. All right. So we'll get into position here. Okay. Fugo, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, awesome. And Karma, very good. All right, so welcome you guys. It is the FHIT 2 Season 2. I guess we can call it Season 2.
Woo!
It's very exciting.
All right.
This is going to start really soon, you guys. The qualifications are done. We've got everybody we want, so it's about to get started. So, Fugo, I'll hand it over to you. We'll talk a little bit about the registration process and who all qualified and how all that works. And let me know when you're ready, and I'll pull up slide 1 for you.
Sure, go ahead and pull it up. I've got it in my mind, so I'll be visualizing it. But generally speaking, I think the first slide was the registration link page.
Yeah.
There should be a green button to register, but the important thing is the list that's provided. The list is the pre-qualified players. Let me get into that a little bit, because there's been a little bit of talk about that. So the list of pre-qualified players was derived from the final rankings of Season 13's weekly mini golf tournament, the one that Jorge runs on the weekly. It's a 12-week. The reason that was chosen is because it's a comprehensive list of participation and performance. It's the most accurate tool that we currently have to determine a player's eligibility and qualifications. It's not perfect, but it was the best tool that I could find to use to assess player performance and participation over the last 12 weeks, and that's what I went with, and I stand by it. So everyone on the registration link page whose name appears there finished in the top 32 of the Americans or the top 32 of the world team from that list.
Yeah, I'll kind of talk a
If
little
your
bit
name
about
does
that.
not appear,
Yeah.
if your name does not appear, you did not pre-qualify, and you can get on the alternates list, but the alternates list is already about 18 people deep, and we have 46 or 47 people registered already. So I think we're going to have a full slate. So as it sits now, we're going to have a full slate, and my apologies to anybody who didn't qualify.
So on the left there, you're seeing the black list. That is going to be the world players. And we've got 23 out of 32 players registered. It might be more now. And then the green list are the qualified American players. We've got 22 out of 32 again. We might have more registered at this point, but definitely check those links. Get registered if you guys want to jump in, if you've been invited. Go ahead, Fugo.
I'll be sending personal invites to those who haven't registered yet by the end of the day. There are some people who play the weekly but don't play on the classic daily games very often, and they have like threads muted and such. So I'll be sending them personal invites, and then at the end of Sunday night, pre-qualified registration will close. Any open spots will go to the alternates. The alternates will be chosen by the order of which they finished Season 13 of the weekly mini golf tournament. So, like, for instance, right now, the 33rd ranked players for the Americans are a tie between Neo and Nerd Hulk Hogan. And they'll be the first to get the call up if needed for alternates. And it'll go that way. If you're on the alternates list, if those people refuse, you'll be the next one up. And it's the fairest way to make it happen.
Okay. Nerd Hookins says the tournament is so popular already that you can't even enter it. Yeah, Americans plus stroke plus I can't see what that says, but yeah, it's gonna be
Plus
exciting.
Jorge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jorge, yeah. We appreciate everybody's enthusiasm. I mean, some of us didn't even make it. I didn't make it, so we get it.
And I totally understand. I did not make it past the performance round of the FHIT tournament. It was devastating, and people can watch the replay of the video of what my head was doing at the shack when I didn't make it in the qualifying round. You can see that if you'd like. I know that feeling. And these tournaments are designed to be as inclusive as possible, but I've always wanted to have a match play championship, a legit one, and to intertwine a Ryder Cup type of atmosphere, a USA versus the European or the world, however you want to look at it. And this tournament does that. One limitation to this tournament is the size of the field. For us to get this tournament done in a timely manner that makes sense for the server and lets us proceed with the next season of the weekly golf tournament and some other things that want to happen, we can't have this tournament last 3 months or 2 months even. So in an effort to make it last about 5 weeks and get the most excitement out of it and entertainment out of it, the field had to be limited to 64 players. Future FHIT will be a lot more inclusive. The next tournament will be very close to open registration, which was like the performance round of the first FHIT tournament. But I'm super excited about this format. I've always wanted to pull it off, and here it is. It's an amalgamation of match play, individual play, and national pride in a Ryder Cup type of atmosphere. All known now on this server as the Classic Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And both teams will fight for the Classic Cup, and they will also be fighting for individual glory.
We'll go over one more time. If you guys click on the registration button or just the invite button in the server to see if you've made the invite list, definitely get registered. Registration cuts off, when is it, Fugo? Monday-ish?
So on Monday, we'll close it. Sunday night, UTC, the last hour of UTC Sunday. We'll close the registration for anyone who was pre-qualified. They will no longer be eligible, and any alternates will be chosen based on the order that they finished each team's side. Like, I'm not sure who the next world person would be if we have registrations, but we'll go in order of the weekly mini golf tournament standings. So the 33rd player, the 34th player, the 35th player, and so on will be asked to join the team until the field is complete. It's the fairest way to do it.
Awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about the bracket and how it's going to be laid out? And
sure, absolutely.
All right,
I'm super stoked about this.
Yeah.
This made my brain work a little bit.
Matchups.
Yeah, there'll be 32 first-round matchups. That's quite a bit. Part of the limitation of the field was that workload of putting all those matches together and getting them all done. So we'll have an American bracket and we'll have a world bracket, each consisting of the 32 top-ranked players from the weekly mini golf tournament or any alternates. We'll kick that off. It'll be match play, 1 versus 1, 36 holes, random hard, excluding ice layer, mist, journey to the center of the earth. Oh boy, here we go. Meow wolf. Oh, and there's one more. Oh boy. Ice layer hard, mist hard, journey to the center of the earth hard, ice layer hard. There's 5 courses. They're listed in the rules. I had them memorized, but I'm getting old. They're basically the glitchy courses. We'll exclude those just like the first FHIT. There's 2 new courses that will happen on this particular tournament. Venice and Wallace and Gromit are up for grabs, guys. Those 2 hard courses. We've all had the same amount of time to play them, and I don't see any particularly troubling issues with the courses that won't allow them to be played for the match play championship.
When you guys are playing, if you're not being live streamed, you'll just obviously use the in-game randomizer. But if you're being live streamed, we'll be using the wheel on stream to choose your courses.
And so there'll be 2 rounds for the American bracket and 2 rounds for the world bracket, which will eliminate all but 8 players on each side. Once 8 players are remaining for each side, the brackets will be combined into the Classic Cup Championship bracket. Both sides will be reseeded 1 through 8 based on their original tournament seedings. And the 8th ranked player for the Americans will play the 1st ranked player for the world team, and so on, as the bracket shows. Hopefully slide 2 is up. And
Yes.
and each one of those matches is worth 1 point. You'll notice that there's 15 matches, so there won't be a tie unless there's a double forfeit, which I don't anticipate at that point in the tournament. And whoever wins, whoever's the first team to 8 points wins the Classic Cup. And if your team wins the Classic Cup and you individually place 1 through 4, you will win twice the prize amount if you possess the Classic Cup and finish in those spots. So that's your motivation, not only pride, but there's a prize component to winning the cup and finishing in the top 4. It is very possible that the person who wins the tournament will not be a player who wins the cup. So they're not mutually exclusive.
Those are awesome prizes. I mean, that's like bringing home a gold medal. I mean, getting that bonus, getting the cup as well as the prize. That's something.
And it was important. It was important for me to do this tournament during this time of year, especially now with the Olympics. We just had the U.S. Open in golf and the British or the Open Championship in golf. A lot of national pride for those events in golf in particular. And then we're sitting here on the Eiffel Tower while currently the Olympics are taking place. There's a lot of national pride this time of year, especially in Olympic years. And I wanted to do this tournament at this time, which is why it was chosen for the second FHIT tournament. I'm super stoked about it. It's one I've always wanted to pull off legit and proper, and we're going to do it.
So after Sunday night, registration is going to close, and if there are people that have been invited that don't register, we will be inviting alternates. And what's the time frame of closing down that alternate invite and getting responses to when we release the bracket and the final players?
I'm hoping by Tuesday or at latest Wednesday we would release the seeded brackets.
Awesome.
Just a little bit about the seeded brackets. If we have to replace a player with an alternate, that alternate will go to the bottom of the seeding. So we cannot determine the final brackets until all of the alternates are chosen.
Mm-hmm.
That way we know. So if the 15th ranked player, for instance, for the Americans is unable to compete, the alternate will not receive the 15th ranking for the Americans on the bracket. The bracket will move up and that person will be ranked on the bottom.
Yeah, so
of that bracket.
You're going to be DMing and letting people know if they're going to be an alternate and they've been invited. Is that correct? Like that's how they'll be
That
contacted.
is correct.
Okay.
But realize as an alternate, your path to the finals may be harder than what it could be. But it would have been that way even if you were 32nd ranked. So you have to think that you're coming in as the bottom seed if you're an alternate, and you will. Based on your ranking in the weekly mini golf tournament. So it will follow that path. And I'll do all that communication via DMs to players.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely be looking out for messages from Fugo. Also, if you've been invited and not registered, he's probably DM'd you to try to get an alert sent out to you to letting you know you've been
I may
invited.
have let some people know today. I may have had busy fingers today.
Good.
And if you haven't received one yet, you're on my list. You're going to get one. So, but I mean, we're already about 70% registered without a launch live stream. So I mean, the popularity and the the desire to want to play is there.
There's only 19 spots left.
I've received several messages from people who did not qualify, and I got to say, I feel you. I hear what you're saying. I will do my best in the future to make these events and design these events in a way that's as inclusive as possible and gives every player a fighting chance. I was hoping the ranked play would be more developed and more robust at this point for this tournament, but it just hasn't shaped out that way yet. It's still in the developmental stages. We've had to reset it and reconfigure some things, and I just don't think ranked play is there yet as a criteria builder for tournaments as I would hope at this point. You know, things go slow, but we still want to have fun and we still want to have tournaments. So this was my best effort at finding criteria that was fair for everyone and was consistent and was not done. It's empirical. It's not something that's subjective by me. It's an objective list. And so since that's really right now in our game the only true objective list that exists, we're going with it, and I stand by it.
Yeah, I think it's a really brilliant way to get qualifiers. So it's definitely shaping up to be awesome. So.
And I wanted to tell everyone what the qualifying criteria was before the tournament, and that is the optimal way of doing things. But that just didn't exist. It wasn't materializing in the way that could help us determine this field. I was counting on ranked play to be more developed and just kind of more robust and more participation in it to get a true ranked player list, and we would have went with it. But that wasn't the case for this tournament, and so we're doing the best we can, and this is the most comprehensive fair list that we could use.
And you're still getting 6 rounds of epic matchups. I mean, and we were talking about this before, Fugo. Match play is just amazing for streaming.
It is, and this is an important event in my opinion because the match play championship is really where I think the excitement for the game on a live stream exists. And part of doing these tournaments is to build our community. A player you guys might know named Trainer, shout out to Trainer, he's getting a lot better out there. His comment today said he watched the FHIT on YouTube, he bought a headset and started playing this game. And a lot of what these tournaments are about are to grow the game in that manner. And to have the best in the world fighting it out in match play on a live stream is pretty much gold for this game. And we're trying to do it. We're trying to do it right. And my apologies to anybody who didn't make it. The next one, have a little faith in me. The next one's going to be pretty kick-ass, and it's a lot more inclusive, and will contain a little bit more of a performance round and a lot wider of a field with more opportunities for everyone to participate. This, I will admit, is more of a niche tournament for really the top players in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Alabama Hammer in the chat. Said howdy y'all. Glad you made it. If there's any questions you guys have in the chat, let us know. I love that you guys are sporting the USA colors here. Both of these guys are going to be in the tournament.
Gotta represent.
It's going to be exciting to watch.
We are.
Yeah. Do y'all know who you're playing yet? Or are you even going to?
I don't think anybody does.
Talk about
like
that.
Fugo said, some of that's going to.
One last thing about how the seeding will happen. So I have decided that in case of tie in the weekly mini golf tournament, the seedings will go alphabetical. So if you're tied with someone in points for the weekly mini golf tournament, you will go alphabetically. The seeding will be determined alphabetically. There won't be a tiebreaker. We're just going to go alphabetically. Because there are people who tied in points. Like I think I'm tied with Julian, and F comes before J, so Julian will be seated one lower than me.
I believe I'm in a 3-way tie.
What would you like to do?
I don't know who I play.
Yeah, whenever we get
I'll play. Doing it that way means I'll play HB Kid, so I'd just like to point out that that's not an advantage for me. That dude can flat out play.
Yeah,
so.
sweet chin music.
Yeah.
We've got Jeepus
So,
in the chat said, I just want to say, what's up, guys? Something about, yeah, there's something blocking it, but yes. What is up? Glad you made it. Oh, there we go. You guys are cool. That's what he said. Well, you're very cool, too. We enjoy having you on the server. So, okay, well, yeah.
I'm super excited about it. I don't know how others feel, but I just feel the match play element is the most excitement potential for live stream, and it's really where the money's at, I think. It's why triple threat's so popular. Anything can happen, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, these matchups are going to be insane. These guys already went through 12 weeks of just absolutely grinding out the weekly tournament to get into the top, and now they're just going to be kicking ass in this match play. It's going to be just insane matchups. I expect
upsets.
Insane.
I expect upsets. I expect lower seeds beating higher seeds quite frequently. There are triple threat matches that I play well and I still lose. So it's just, you know, there's a bit of unknown here where I feel like the original FHIT tournament was a stroke play, which was a little less volatile in how the matches shaped out, but we had less of an excitement potential for the end of the matches, where even if you're down 1 or down 2 going into the 16th hole, the match isn't over by any means at all. And so
right. One thing to know, if you guys are in the tournament and are going to be playing, do not use the match play in-game mode feature option. That is very restrictive. If you are in there with that turned on and you have to leave for any reason, say you've lost sound or something's wrong with your Guardian, you need to come back in and reset something, you're not going to be allowed back in if that mode is on. So do not use that. You'll just have to be writing the score down or just watching the scorecard. So yeah, be aware of that.
If you enter a room and someone has accidentally set it to match play, it's your responsibility to know that, identify that, and provide a card before your match starts. Provide a card at the end of your match that is consistent with the rules, or you'll both be eliminated. You'll both be disqualified.
Yeah, and we're also going to be setting up those private channels just like the last FHIT. So if anything goes wrong, just put it in that private channel and tag who you're playing. They'll be up there for you as well. So
I'll be jumping in those private channels to coordinate games to stream. So we'll be looking for players okay with us streaming. We'd like to stream, you know, as much as we have time for and are available for. So look out for me and Karma, Fugo jumping in there, seeing how you guys are doing and letting us stream and stuff. We really appreciate that.
I can't say how excited I am. I love this format. It's not my best format. Stroke play is what I was groomed to play over on other playing platforms. Played a lot of stroke play matches, but and I got my legs here on the Classic with match play, and the triple threat really taught me how to play match play. Had a couple fat cat runs, one each year I try to do, where I dedicate a week of just playing, which is what I intend to do this next week to get myself ready for this thing. And I'm hoping that if we open this match play championship, the Classic Cup, up by Wednesday, that we can get some good matches scheduled for the weekend and kick it off without the next season of the weekly mini golf tournament happening that weekend, so we can really celebrate this tournament the right way. I'm hoping.
Nice. Pizza's in the chat.
People have been chirping for Ryder Cup format for years.
They have.
It should be really exciting when it gets down to that.
Pizza's in the chat. Just wanted to say, when do you anticipate the tournament to start? Fugo just said probably Wednesday. So registration's going to close Sunday night for the invited qualified players, and then we'll be trying to fill in any alternates, and then hopefully having the bracket seeded, ready to be released Tuesday and hopefully start Wednesday.
And just like the bracket rounds of the original FHIT, your clock for your match will start once the thread appears on the server. So once you see your name next to another person's name on a thread, you've got 7 days to complete your match. So this start is a little bit different than the original FHIT, as there's no set time for a performance round to begin, and the matches will not happen all at the same time and then it's the same frequency. But if we begin on Wednesday, everybody's got till the next Wednesday. And the reason I like Wednesday, because it gives people a couple days to talk about how they can schedule their matches, and hopefully we get a lot of them on the weekends.
So yeah, every round will have a 1 week time frame to start. So you can see the bracket here. We've got 3 rounds in the first part, and then when it goes to the Classic Cup, there's going to be another bazillion rounds. So
basically, you got to win 2 matches to be a participant in the Classic Cup, and that's basically the performance round, and it's American and World performance round. And once you're in the Classic Cup, it's winner take all, single elimination, and you want to win a point. You want to get points for your team. So I look for those to be extremely competitive. I look for all of that. Once again, and I wanted to say a little something, because this is a team aspect. The rule about coaching is the same as the last FHIT. You can do private chats. I just don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. That's it.
Yeah, was there anything else that was controversial from the first FHIT? It was just the caddy situation. Was there anything else that was questionable that we had to change some rules on? I don't think so.
Not really. The course exclusions, I'm not. Oh, Upside Town was the last course. So it's Ice Lair, Upside Town, Mist, Journey, and Meow Wolf. It's those 5 courses. Don't play them. They're the same as the last tournament. They're listed in the rules. If you do play them, you'll both be disqualified. Don't play them, please.
Yeah, so we'll make sure that you guys are aware of what is
If you get a
vetoed.
repeat course, you play it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just the luck of the draw. It's
You can get
just
the
what
same
it
course
is.
for 3 straight. Get something done. 4
Mhm.
straight.
And I get the entertainment value problem with that, but I just thought about it for a long time, and there's no distinct advantage for either player, because you both just had the same opportunity on the same course. So if it's not your strong course, it's just not your lucky day. Win it. Practice all the courses. Part of being the best is having complete knowledge of the course, a working knowledge and playability of all courses.
Sinister Salazar says, Olympics who? This is the real entertainment. Best of luck to all. It is going to be exciting. I cannot wait. And we're going to be in the games. I'm very lucky to have a front row seat to these these games, being able to stream. It's the only reason why I do it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, shout out to Glow. She's been showing me some new shots on Wallace and Gromit hard this week. Really testing my resolve on that course for sure.
Big shout out to Glow.
Stephen Allen, he says, hell yeah, single elimination, great idea. Curious though, why is Journey banned?
Journey is not playable because there is an apparatus attached to the putter, namely a flashlight, that significantly changes the playing environment. That, and I think there's some vision disability issues with the course, and for that reason I've decided to eliminate it. It's my call, and once again I'm standing by it. Mist has too many glitches. Meow Wolf has way too many glitches. Ice Lair, you're not putting with a ball, you're putting with an ice cube. I just don't like that. I just don't like that for this tournament or the last tournament. And Upside Town is just an ADA compliance type of issue. I would hate to see. There's too many players I've played with who have a disability, which is why they play this game in the first place instead of going out and trying to do it out in the real world. And I want to honor those players and give them the best chance to have equity in the game. So that's why.
Awesome, good explanation. Stephen Allen,
I love
Evil
Upside Town.
Larva.
It's one of my best courses. I mean, like I would rather it be in there. And Journey's not a problem for me personally either. And I actually score fairly well on Meow Wolf, so it's nothing personal. It has to do with feedback and just a working knowledge of issues with courses that I've experienced over the years of playing. I just think the courses we have 2 new courses that we didn't have from the last FHIT, so we're growing our course number from 20 playable courses to 22, which I think is plenty. I think that's plenty of courses. I think that's enough.
And Pizza wants to know, will there be voting for Classic Cash? Yes, there will be. You guys will be able to do the watch to wins for this upcoming tournament. We'll have that all set up for you guys, so be able to participate in that.
Yep, and remember, by playing, you are voting for yourself.
Yes. Yeah, that is inferred.
You are
implicitly
implicitly voting.
here.
If for some reason you don't feel like you can vote on yourself, please forfeit.
Exactly.
And just for realism, I'd like everyone to know that I made an espresso for myself that I'm currently drinking right here as we sit.
That is
Just
so
to
nice.
add to the ambiance.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, to be
Have
very
grab one of these,
immersed.
like macaroon type things.
Very immersive experience. I've
I'm
got a
kinda
fan
eating a
blowing on
Nature
me, so
Val-
I can.
I'm eating a Nature
feel the
Valley
breeze.
bar instead of crumpets. Sorry, I couldn't get totally realistic there, but I'm doing the best I can, and it's actually quite realistic. It's kind of creepy because there's a clock in front of me that's actually got the real time, which is kind
Yeah.
of crazy. I kind of like this area. It's a nice little spot.
Lean Into It says, appreciate the carefully considered decisions. And Evil Arbor says, no Pete Rosing. So.
No, won't be having any Black Sox sandals in this bit. Nothing.
No,
I'm getting amped up
if
with this.
you are caught playing without integrity, which means if you're throwing a match and we find out, you'll be banned from FHIT tournaments for life, just like Pete Rose. You can watch the documentary on Max right now to see what happened to that poor guy.
Damn.
It didn't go well. He deserved probably better. I grew up 160 miles from Cincinnati, and Pete Rose was my father's idol. And that was a big story when I grew up. When he got banned in 1988, I think it went from like 1986 to 98, when Bartlett Giamatti banned him for life and then died of a heart attack the very next day. Side note, Bart Giamatti is the actor Paul Giamatti's father. Interesting little side note there. But that was a huge story, so don't get caught cheating. It never ends well.
Should we call out any of the players that have not registered yet but are invited?
I mean, there's a lot of them are really, really great players that play the weekly exclusively here on the Classic, but don't play a lot of the game modes. So I don't really want to call them out because it's summertime. They're probably pretty busy. The WMGT just recently wrapped up, which is why a lot of players take a break. That's why we're taking a 2-week break. It's a mentally exhausting thing. We practice all week long,
Yeah.
courses for 3 months. For 3 months, we do it, every week.
Well, so far the
lot.
world is beating the U.S. for registration. We've got 24 world
Ooh,
registered and
I don't know
22
about
for
that.
U.S. So I'm seeing a
That's
little
all I
more
got to say
spirit
about that.
and enthusiasm for the world team.
Just a little bit right now,
Yeah.
but I mean, we got, you got Hoods. I'll call out Tiger Hoods. He hasn't
Yeah,
registered
where's
yet.
Hoods?
He's got a new baby at home. He's got a
Yeah.
lot going
Yeah, he
on.
does.
So
Shout out to Hoods.
let's not
That's my
be
guy.
too judgmental. Let's give these guys who might need a couple extra days. Let's give it to them. I'll be judgmental on Monday when they haven't registered. Then I'll give them a
Yeah.
shout out. But
Send somebody to their door.
we've got a lot of great players registered already. You've got the Outriders and Zanetti on the world team. They're ready to go. We've got the Gobsons on the American side, ready to rock. And yes, Jorge is on our side. So
That's right.
sorry
We're happy
about
to
that
have
him.
world
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
You aren't getting
USA.
him.
USA.
It's the benefit that Jorge gets when he created the app for this to work.
Yes,
He gets
yes.
to choose whatever planet he wants to be from, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Yep.
So, and no, unfortunately for the world team, Stroke Limit will not be representing Djibouti in this year's Classic Cup.
Yeah, he tried.
Womp, womp,
Saw
womp.
that.
But I do recommend that I'm not trying to belittle the world team by grouping them all together. I do encourage the individual players while they're playing to support their countries, to wear the colors of their countries, to really emphasize their country of origin and their national pride. This is the tournament to do that, and it's fun, and it's a time to bring people together and show that as much as we're different and come from different places, we all have a lot of like values and interests here on this server. Let's celebrate that with this tournament.
Definitely. Sinister Salazar, can I get you both some menus, or are you just having drinks today? That is so cute. Could get a waiter over
I'm
here.
on a liquid diet. I'm still dealing with that damn ulcerative colitis
Really?
issue
Wow.
that the first damn tournament gave me.
Yeah.
So that one was a lot of work, and
It
wore
really
us out. I don't
was.
know about you guys, but I
It
mean,
was
I'm still kind of
crazy.
exhausted from it. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about this opportunity to do this, and we couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't do it. The finances are there. We've got the prize purse is the same as the original FHIT, with your chance for the multiplier for the Classic Cup. There's a lot on the line, and there's multiple avenues of winning and losing. There's the team aspect and the individual aspect. So this tournament, while it's smaller in number, I feel like it's more dynamic of an event than the original FHIT, believe it or not.
I'm
And
definitely
I kind of
excited.
hope it's emblematic of the time that we're in. Like I try to do things like the original FHIT was wrapped around an idea that was similar to the Masters, right? Like you'd have a cut after a certain amount of performance, and it would be the traditional way of playing the game, or the standard way. And this is more of, okay, right now we've got the Olympics going on, and we got a lot of national pride, and it's time to have a national event. And so I hope everybody's as excited, and that the events of our current time have shaped this tournament into something that's appropriate for right now and fun for right now. And I think it is. So let's do it. Can't wait.
Definitely. Pizza wants to know, he lives in India. Would he be considered on the world team?
Well, I mean, like, what does he consider himself? Does he consider
Yeah.
himself an American, or does he consider himself a native of the country of India?
Yeah.
I think it's important for that. I mean, like, that was the decision when it came to Jorge. Jorge's lived in the freezing ass cold Midwest U.S. for the last 20 years, so he deserves, if he wants to play for the U.S., I think he deserves it. He's been shoveling snow long enough to deserve it. So.
He's from
I mean, if I
Kansas.
missed
And
the cut, I was thinking about moving to
he's a
Canada.
naturalized American citizen. Now, this is a video game, so I'm not going to get into checking passports and shit for people.
Yeah.
I just would like for you to be honest about how you really feel about your national origin, and stick to it. Be honest and go for it. There are people who have said that the world team is not as deep as the American team. And the statistics show that. Like, the lowest ranked American player in the field finished in the top 50 of the tournament, while the lowest ranked world player finished somewhere in the 80s for the tournament, for the weekly tournament. So there is some argument that that's true, but I would argue on the top end that the world players have, if not the best, more than a handful, more than 8 really, really strong players that will be very difficult to beat for the cup. So you may have a little bit of an advantage if you're a world player, but that's just the way things shape out sometimes. Next year's tournament might be totally different. The world team might be loaded.
I think it's going to be a very fun format, and yeah, I think we're going to be all just excited to see this round 1, and I cannot wait to get started streaming
I've seen
these.
attempts at like the Ryder Cup format, the USA versus Europe, and other things like that in the past on different formats. They were always somewhat problematic in the sense that they weren't executed the way I wanted them to be. And this is my attempt to execute this inside of another tournament in the proper way. One last thing, in the original FHIT tournament, I got a lot of negative feedback about how 5th place was determined. And for this tournament, it'll only be the top 4 that receive prizes, but there will be a consolation match between 3rd place and 4th place to determine 3rd and 4th place. But that match will not be worth a point to the Classic Cup. It will only determine 3rd and 4th place.
Very cool.
There are only 15 points possible in the 16 person cup bracket. So one of these teams is going to win, and some people who finish in the top 4 are going to win double the prizes, but not all, probably.
All right. Well, do you think that's everything, or is there more we want to cover? I think anybody has any questions?
I think I would just give people just a word of caution to not only just use your best judgment. We want people to have national pride, but we don't want to be insulting to other people or other nations. We want to respect each other and our abilities and as people, and just to play fair and play fun and play nice. And remember that most of this tournament, if not all of it, will be potentially live streamed, and that it's what we're giving out to the world to try to grow our game to greater heights. And that's what this investment from me is really truly all about. It's about the trainers out there. You know, it's about players who are out there that we haven't found, that aren't playing this game, that may stumble upon it online or see one of these great matches and say, I want to be part of that. And that's what this is about. So represent our game, not just your country, but represent our game in a professional and proper manner, which I know everybody will, but I just thought I'd say it, you know.
Of course, absolutely. Also, play your matches. Get those matches in. Be flexible with your schedule.
Yeah. The sooner we can get things scheduled and the less delay there is. You're not going to know what the courses are beforehand, so there's no reason to delay. Get them done, schedule them. If they can be live streamed, we'll be checking the threads, and if we can live stream them, we will. Part of the rules state that if we want to come in and live stream, we will. So be prepared for that and be ready for that. Remember that a live stream means nothing. If it bothers you, mute everybody. You're allowed to do all of those things. So
yeah, we stay out of your way anyways. You won't even notice us.
Some of the little things I've noticed in the game since the FHIT tournament, the original FHIT tournament, is that I'm noticing there's a lot more lag glitches and flashes during games. We're all experiencing them. They happen to everybody. If they happen to you, you're not getting a shot. Things happen. Make sure you come with your equipment ready. Make sure you come with your sensors cleaned with alcohol wipes or whatever you got to do. This is a pro tournament. Be ready to play. Have your equipment ready. Have yourself ready. There's no excuses. Glitches happen. I lost at least 5 points in the weekly mini golf tournament this year to glitches alone. And that's just the nature of the game. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to micromanage tournaments, and that's how it's going to be. If you do have an issue you feel like you need to get relief on, once again, submit it to the Classic admin team and the FHIT admin team, and we will take a look at it. But glitches happen unless it's an overtly obvious glitch that shouldn't ever happen. Then we'll probably say no. Be ready for that.
There's going to be 32 games in the first week, so yeah, it's going to be wild.
And we may not live stream all of those. That was a lot of work last time.
No, I don't think it's even possible.
No.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll have a couple of really great matchups. If some of the first round peeps can try to schedule it during the weekend or times when we're free, that'd be great too. But we'll work with matchups that we potentially see as really bangers for live streams, and we'll see if we can't get them going, you know.
Definitely. All right. Well,
Other than that, good luck to everybody. I'm super excited. I appreciate everyone's participation, and I'm so stoked. Once again, just like the original FHIT, I never thought FHIT 2 was possible and that we'd be able to do it, and here we are. And so I'm super stoked.
yeah,
Just super
me
stoked.
too. And thank you, Fugo. We're very honored that
Yes,
you are
big
using
thank
our
you to Fugo.
platform. Yeah, and welcome as our newest
Nice.
moderator. So appreciate your help with
Yes.
Oh, thank
everything.
you. And
Yeah.
and as long as the tax codes and rules remain the same, I should be able to finance this next year. So we'll
Oh
see
my
how that all
goodness.
goes.
Yeah. Very
So
generous
you know,
of you.
and we'll just keep trying. We'll keep trying. And just another shout out to Jen and Karma. What a wonderful server. As the owners of this server, they absolutely rock a product that's second to none. Hopefully these tournaments add to that. Oh shit.
Absolutely do. Thank you.
Yeah, they
Fugo.
do.
I
They
see the
really
hearts
do.
flowing in the chat right now. I appreciate your all the love in the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, like it's all about that, and we're trying to grow the product into something bigger. A lot of the things like the weekly golf tournament, you guys didn't specifically ask for. They just kind of fell in the lap of a great playing environment. And so we're working with that. And that's how this field got determined and how we'll continue to evolve on the fly and with the best intentions. And that's how we'll continue. And this tournament embodies that. And I hope everybody enjoys playing it. And if you can't get in it, I hope you enjoy and support watching it and support your fellow teammates and countrymen along to victory or defeat. We'll see what happens.
Next week cannot come fast enough. Very excited. So, all right. Well,
I
guess-
am. I'm
yeah.
super stoked. Good luck to everybody. I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody has a good time. If you need anything, give me a shout. Give me a DM. I'm always answering. I'm always around. Can't keep me down for too long.
Awesome.
I do sleep occasionally.
Yeah,
Without a doubt. I don't believe that.
I know. Okay, awesome.
Also, anyone
yeah.
watching, please subscribe to the Classic YouTube.
Yeah, this is where we're going to be streaming these epic matchups for the next several weeks. So get ready. We're going to be here and not on
So
Twitch.
grateful for YouTube. So
Oh,
grateful
yes.
for the YouTube upgrade. I
Shout
think
out
that
YouTube.
gives us a wider forum, and thanks to Jen for allowing us to be on such a robust platform.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if everybody understands that we're very lucky to have Jen because she represents a viewing potential far greater than our community would normally provide, and we're super
Yeah.
grateful for Jen
I
for that.
appreciate you. Appreciate that. So do what I can. We're trying to grow it, and with your support, it's absolutely possible. So
And yeah, and I just want to say, like, with everything we've done, we have gotten unbelievable pushback behind the scenes from different entities. So it has taken an unbelievable amount of energy, will, and resolve from our team, which is Jen, Karma, El Jorge, me, Mark, Dad Squatcher. We've had all kinds of people helping us to develop this and to get it on and get it going, and I couldn't be more grateful. I'm just an idea guy. Without these absolutely professional and fantastic resources, I could never pull this off, and we could never execute this tournament. So thank you very much.
yeah, it's been an awesome team effort, and shout out to El Jorge. He couldn't be here tonight, but you know he's the wizard behind the scene. So I appreciate everything he does. So it's incredible. So.
It's
All right.
absolutely incredible. Some of the stuff he's been able to pull off, as far as the technical side and getting everybody an application that can be used not only for the weekly mini golf tournament but for the FHIT tournaments, ranked play. It's off the charts development type stuff, guys. So we're really lucky. We're
Yeah,
really lucky.
we
to
are
have
very lucky to know him. Yes, indeed. All right, well, I guess
I'm
we'll
still
end it
shocked
here.
and all.
Oh, sorry. I guess we'll end it here unless we have anything else. Again, if you guys have questions, we have a whole category for the FHIT tournament. We've got a FHIT chat where Fugo is answering questions. If you guys have any issues with registering or you want to be an alternate, you know, definitely check out that channel. But yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you, Fugo. Thank you, Karma. He went off to hit a ball.
Gotta start practicing.
Yeah.
And he missed. I should show Karma this shot here.
Oh dear.
For anybody, here's a shot lesson for anybody. You
Oh,
want to
there we
hit it
go.
right here You want to hit it right here on this tine. And if you do that, watch this, guys. Goes right at the hole.
Pretty close.
Nice.
And my controller battery died right when I hit that shot. So
I
had
can
no
see that.
haptic feedback. I had no haptic feedback. My controller absolutely bit the dust right there on
Yeah,
that
I
shot.
can see.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Well, maybe that's a
awesome.
cue to, to call
Thank
it.
you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. Get ready for next week. We will be absolutely busy with these live streams. I cannot wait. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see y'all very soon.